My hearty pranams to one and all. I'm really moved emotionally because such an effort has been made by so many volunteers and especially our Minister of Culture and Tourism who made special efforts in coming just for this event. It shows his commitment towards the future of our land, how to inculcate the youth. I'm also grateful to Professor Anand Dorayappa from UNESCO, Mr. Abel, who is also here representing UNESCO, Kirti Setti, or film director Lingo Swamiji. We have the sponsors like Mr. and Mrs. Gehi, and please forgive me if I have omitted any names. Respected elders, I take 2-3 points from various speakers, especially Kirti when she started saying when she was supposed to do some good acts for 5 days, and how, while performing those good acts, she felt happy. Then Professor Anand Dorayappa added that when such is the case, when we are all neurologically hardwired to do good things, to be compassionate, to be empathetic, to be kind, because such acts, if you look at it from a neurological perspective, it releases in our brain serotonin and oxytocin. These are happy hormones giving joy. So, whenever we perform any act of kindness, and such a training, as Kishanji also mentioned, should begin from very early age. When I buy a pencil for my granddaughter, or those days when I used to buy crayons and pencils and coloring books for my children, I would buy dozen more pencils, dozen more crayons, dozen more coloring books, so that they can distribute to their classmates. The training begins very early, the sharing and caring, that is the beginning, see. From the very tender age, we can hardwire their mind so it becomes a habit. Many, many centuries ago, millennia ago, when Raja Janak asked 3 fundamental questions to Astvakra. How can I arrive at detachment? How can I be liberated? And how can I have the higher knowledge? So, in a very simple way, one of the qualities Astvakra describes is, "Oh, great king, please develop one of these qualities." He mentions 5, but I'll mention only one to you today because that is the burning topic. He says, develop kindness and compassion. If you want to realize God, if you want to detach yourself and you want to attain higher knowledge, develop these 2 fundamental qualities. Now, we often talk of Mahatma Gandhi. Twice or thrice his name was mentioned here. He's known for his movement on non-violence. Let's all ponder over what is the difference between non-violence, compassion, and kindness. Is there any difference? If you look at it in a very subtle way, in a more refined way, non-violence means not to hurt anyone through violence. In our ancient Vedantic literature, violence can also be when you don't speak with your mother, when you don't speak with your spouse and keep quiet and maunam, that is also a kind of violence. Not doing things appropriately is also violence. Hurting others emotionally is also violence. It's not just taking a gun and shooting someone. Of course, that is also brutal. Well, anything that can affect any of our panchakosas, Annamaya, Manomaya, Vigyanmaya, whatever kosas, all these five kosas, through our mental actions or physical action, that is violence. Hurting anyone and damaging these kosas. Sometimes you think you are doing a great thing. You gave 1,000 rupees to a laborer or person who didn't have 1,000 rupees, and if he spends that money wrongly, your intention was good, but he uses it wrongly, get drunk. All these politicians, they give 10,000 rupees for winning, getting a vote. It's nothing new to awareness of people. That is also a kind of violence to me. Next better step is compassion, where you feel not only sympathetic, you're not only going to not hurt somebody else, but you have a good feeling in your heart, daya bhav, karuna bhav in your heart. And when your heart melts to a next level, it becomes kindness, act of goodness, act of generosity kicks in when you become kinder. And why would you become kinder? Because through meditation, when you do realize that there is no intrinsic difference between my soul and the others, they are same. We often talk of spiritual evolution. There are three stages according to my Guruji. People often talk about Aham Brahmam, but that's the lowest state. When you move to the next level, all is Brahm, not only myself, but I have realized that all are Brahm. And the final state where everything is from Brahm, all are from Brahm. This is the final culmination through meditation. I like also UNESCO to adopt SDG, the final one. You see, the various goals that we have, UNESCO also, they have multiple goals. One of them is pollution control, air pollution, water pollution, so many pollutions. But if you go through all the SDGs, what is the main cause and why all these SDGs are not working out? It's because there is a mental pollution, thought pollution. A person who pollutes water because he has industries, he will throw his affluent into a borewell and save money because of the greed. Air pollution, similar cause. Thought pollution, similar cause. Being aggressive, similar cause. Your mind is not working properly. And in order to arrive at a regulated mind, which is full of compassion, love, kindness, when you think others also to be like yourself, then kindness becomes natural. You don't have to make an effort. When somebody is hurt, your body starts hurting. You feel that pain. There is no point closing your eyes and meditating and attaining samadhi if the pain of your mother is not felt. To me, when we recite slokas, Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Bandhu, all this, you put gurus on high pedestals. It says, Guru, you are my mother. And you want to treat the Guru as if you would treat your mother or father or a friend or Deva. Now, it is very insulting actually when you say such things. Because have you really looked after your mother? Ask yourself honestly. Have you respected your father so well? And you want to resonate similar feelings, sentiments on a person you hardly know. You bow before gurus because you are so greedy. You want something. It's not going to work. Gods, they know us very well. They see through us why you worship them. Behind every little worship, there is greed and there is fear. All religions, they use these two simple instruments. If you do this, this, and this, you'll go to heaven. And if you don't do it, you'll go to hell. But our worship, our puja, our adoration, our reverence to Almighty, it must arise out of love, not because you want something. It must arise because I can't help. I want to become like that. So, with such sentiments, when we lead our life in a heartfulness way, allowing heart to express your sentiments, your love, then it becomes natural, it becomes sahaj. And that's why the path of heartfulness is also known as sahaj marg, because things happens in a very natural way. We don't have to make efforts. You don't have to convince anybody to look after so and so or do a such and such a favor to someone. Message is enough. That this year we had run this program on kindness. There is no harm in repeating the same topic again because it's very crucial. At the same time, innovate. Innovation are important for our country, but what sort of innovations? Scientific innovation so that it can increase the yield in the farms, productivity in industries. It can improve the overall lifestyle of every family in India, across the globe. Students should be encouraged to undertake such research if they may not, if they cannot rather, do the research on their own, but at least they can share the ideas. They can become the think tank and share those ideas with our seniors, and they can take it to the next level. So let's all come together. Only 25 years are left behind this call. 2047 will be completing 100 years of our independence. Our honorable minister has evoked this idea of 75 hours of service to our people. Let's do much more than that, but at least 75 hours. With prayers to God, may our youth, our elders, they come together. Let's honor our elders with reverence, respect, and things will flow. And always meditate. Teach meditation to everybody and ask every friend, every community members to download this app and practice it. Even if you meditate for 5 minutes, it will change you for good from inside and it will make you happy. When you meditate, after having done some kind acts, see what happens to your heart. Observe it. And next time, see how you can improve your services. When you reflect on what you did, how you did, the things that you used in making other person's life better, how you can change that also and make it better. You can reflect on all this when you meditate. Meditation is not just for remembering God. Meditation can also be used how you can reflect on your defects, how you can reflect on your good acts also, so that you can improve your acts. Anyway, you are also very kind in some way, though we have not done anything. You have heard everybody patiently. That's also a kind of kindness. But we have seen assemblies, people going and coming, making a lot of noise. But to tolerate the speakers sometimes, it needs a lot of kindness. Thank you.